Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality. Smash and compare!
Today, we will talk about alternate characters and compare them between games. Today's 5 characters are Donkey Kong, Pikachu, Samus, Luigi, and Captain Falcon. 64 and Melee both had the exact same costume colors, while Brawl adds a white costume. The 3DS/Wii U version's blue costume changes to a more purple color and also adds yellow and pink. Donkey Kong's black costume in 64 references his appearance on the Game Boy, and even a real-life gorilla. His black costume changes a bit as further entries move forward. In Melee, his tie changes colors from red to blue. This new combo represents Donkey Kong 94 and Donkey Kong Land when played under the black and white palette on the Game Boy Color. It's also a skin in Donkey Kong 64's Monkey Smash mode. His tie color in Brawl and 3DS/Wii U moves from blue to yellow. This combo represents Donkey Kong Country for his alternate color scheme in the 2-player contest mode. There's even a possible reference to Chunky Kong. His red costume is based off of his sprite from the original arcade in Donkey Kong in 1981 and was in Monkey Smash for DK64. DK's blue costume is similar to the 2nd-player coloration in Mario Golf. There might be a small reference to the colors that Kiddy Kong wears. This specific color has the infamous nickname Danky Kang attached to it. Danky Kang's more purple/blue in 3DS/Wii U could potentially reference Karate Kong from Jungle Beat. DK's green costume resembles the green palette from Donkey Kong Game Boy and Donkey Kong Land. This color also references the skin of DK's biggest rival, King K. Rool. His white costume resembles a Yeti and a Fire Mini Donkey Kong from the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. It's also a recolor from Mario Golf, Super Kong from Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Eddie the Mean Old Yeti from the DK TV series. His yellow costume resembles the effects from Banana Juice and Donkey Kong Country Returns and is a recolor from Mario Golf. The color also resembles Funky Kong's fur from the DK TV series. His pink costume resembles Pink Donkey Kong Jr. from Donkey Kong Jr. Math. There may also be a slight resemblance to Candy Kong and Dixie Kong's clothing colors. He has had the same costumes throughout 64, Melee, and Brawl, but the type of hats change in appearance for each game. 3DS/Wii U have all of those, plus cyan, yellow, white, and brown costumes. Pikachu's red costume in 64 has a red hue only possible in the Japanese version of Pokemon Stadium 1, 2, and the international version. The game would change the Pokemon's colors if the Pokemon were given a nickname. His party hat is seen in the Pokemon TV show. This type of hat changes in Melee, Brawl, and 3DS/Wii U to resemble the protagonist of the Generation 1 Pokemon games, Red. This hat also resembles the Fisherman Trainer class from Gen 1, 3, and 4. This costume also represents a shiny Pikachu in the games. We also get a big reference to Ashichu. This happened during the TV show when Ash Ketchum turned into Pikachu. Pikachu's blue costume has the same concept of changing hue when applying nicknames to Pokemon. However, the Brawl variation resembles the goggles that were worn by Pichu in Melee, and also the swimmer class of trainers in Pokemon games. These goggles also come from Pokemon Coliseum. The 3DS/Wii U versions of the blue costume bring back the 64 party hat, while the goggles costume is now considered a cyan costume. The green costume for 64 has the same nickname concept as the blue and red costume, but in Pokemon Stadium, one of the rental Pikachu called Pikachukakin has this green hue. The Melee version has a green cowboy hat, and I can't seem to find its origins. If you know, let me know in the comments below. The Brawl and 3DS/Wii U variation includes Brendan's headband from Pokemon Emerald. His yellow costume is based on the trainer from Pokemon Gold and Silver's cap. While this doesn't relate to the color of his costume, Pikachu was commonly seen wearing Ash's hat backwards in the TV show, just like he does here. His white costume is based on the Choice Band from the Pokemon series and also resembles Pikachu's shiny coloration. His brown costume has Kalem's default hat and sunglasses from Pokemon X and Y. The tone of yellow is paler to closer resemble his appearance in the game. Her costumes are all the same from 64 to Melee, aside from her brown suit looking more black in Melee. In Brawl, they add a light blue costume. The 3DS/Wii U brings back a solid black and adds white. Samus' regular orange costume is based off of how she looks in all Metroid games aside from the 3DS/Wii U variation. That one is based off of Metroid Other M. Her pink costume represents the gravity suit from Super Metroid, but the most likely source is the various suit's color when missiles are selected in the original Metroid. The brown costume represents the dark suit from Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Her purple costume is based off of the gravity suit from several Metroid titles. Samus's green costume is a reference to the mass-produced mechas from the Gundam series, which are particularly the Zaku models from the original series. These also bear similarities to Samus's power suit in Super Metroid. Her light blue costume comes from the fusion suit from Metroid Fusion. The black costume is based off of the Phazon suit from Metroid Prime. This costume also partially represents the dark suit, but the dark suit is a more brown color while the Phazon suit is more black. Her white costume is based off of the light suit from Metroid Prime 2 as well, and perhaps even her color sprites for her power and various suit in Metroid 2 Return of Samus on the Game Boy. His costumes are the same from 64 and Melee. In Brawl, his white costume changes in appearance and orange and purple are added. The 3DS/Wii U version adds a darker shade of blue and yellow. Luigi's white costume is based off of his appearance in Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. It's also his only color to change his skin tone and gloves entirely. The white costume in Brawl and 3DS/Wii U mainly represents Fire Luigi. His light blue costume is similar to the box art appearance for Mario Bros. It's also a similar arrangement of colors for the flashing animation when he gets a Starman in Super Mario Bros. It also represents a costume for a Mii character in New Super Mario Bros. U, as well as his ice outfit slightly. His pink costume comes from his appearance in Wrecking Crew. His orange costume is based on Mario's color scheme from the box art of Pinball, but he has an orange hat instead of a blue one. The orange isn't a bright orange and almost has a brown tint, hinting a reference towards his so-called love affair Princess Daisy. His purple costume represents Waluigi. The darker blue costume represents a color scheme of a player from Scraper, which is a multiplayer mode from Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. His yellow costume is based on an alternate costume from Mario Golf, but with the colors of his overalls and shirt swapped. His shirt and overalls possibly reference Super Mario Bros. Peach Kim Kishutekin Dai Sakusen. Well, I gave that a try. This was an animated film released only in Japan, and Luigi didn't have his staple colors yet. His hat in the film is blue, though, and not yellow. The 64 and Melee costumes are all the same, aside from purple being replaced with indigo. Nothing changes from Melee to Brawl, but 3DS/Wii U adds yellow and light blue, as well as the red costume becoming more purple. Captain Falcon's model in 64 is based off of F-Zero X, while Melee, Brawl, and 3DS/Wii U is based off of F-Zero GX. His gray and black costume look pretty much the same, and are also both based off of the Japanese commercial for F-Zero X. This color also represents the costume from the F-Zero expansion kit. I'll even go as far to say that they resemble Blitz Wagner from F-Zero Maximum Velocity, even though that's probably not true. His red costume represents his rival Blood Falcon from F-Zero X. Even the logo on his back says Bloodhawk. Betas of the game show the original title was supposed to be Hellhog, which is the Japanese name for Blood Falcon's F-Zero machine. His white costume is based off the colors from Jodie Summer's outfit in F-Zero X, and is known as Captain Fabulous in the community. His green costume resembles the colors of Pico and his F-Zero machine Wild Goose in F-Zero. The Blue Falcon also has an alternate green color in F-Zero X, similar to this one. The blue costume is based on the original brighter colors of Captain Falcon from F-Zero SNES box art. The same costume also represents his appearance in GP Legend. His light blue costume is loosely based around Rick Wheeler, who was the protagonist in F-Zero GP Legend. The yellow costume is based off of Dr. Stewart from F-Zero and possibly Professor Yazoo Jr. from the Maximum Velocity, or even Dr. Clash from F-Zero X. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, my sexy men and beautiful ladies. Was there any references that I missed today? Leave a comment below and let me know. I'll learn from as many of you as possible. Peace out and stay fabulous.